Hello, welcome to lesson 22. In this lesson, I shall be implementing class attendance register. So, I head over to SQL Server and then I head over to the application database, which is Primary Schools DB. I'm going to right click on tables, I point to new, I click on table, and I'm going to have the following columns. Attendance ID, which is big int. I'm going to make attendance ID primary key. I'm going to set identity to yes. The next column I'm going to have is student ID. The data type will be big int. The next column I'm going to have is academicSessionID. The data type will be int. The next column I'm going to have is termID. The data type will be int. This will be compulsory columns. I'm going to have schoolClassID. The data type will be either int or big int. Let me confirm. So the data type for schoolClassID will be int. I'm also going to have another column called attendance date. The data type will be date type. And I'm going to have this column called present. Present column is going to be a Boolean field. And in SQL Server, we represent Boolean fields with the data type called bit. I'm going to save this table. The name of my table is going to be attendances. So I click OK. Now, having done this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go to database diagram. I'm going to say new database diagram. I'm going to add attendances table. I'm also going to add students table. Then I click close. Then I implement the relationship. I'm going to implement the relationship between students and attendances. Let me right click and I go to relationships and I click add. And I go to table and column specifications. Then I'm going to select students. The column participating in the relationship in students table is student ID, and the column participating in the relationship in attendances table is student ID. I click OK. I click close. So that relationship is implemented. Then I'm also going to add another table. I'm going to add academic sessions table. So I click add. I click close once again. I'm going to drag academic session table here. Once again, I right click on attendances table. I click on relationships. I click add. I go to tables and column specification. I click the ellipsis. So I'm selecting academic sessions, academic session ID, academic session ID. Okay, close. Again, I say add table. This time around, I select terms table. I click add. I click close. Once again, I drag terms table here. And I click on attendances table. I click on relationships. I click on add. I go to table and column specification. This time around, I select terms table. I select term ID. Select term ID. Click OK. I click close. Once again, I click on add table. This time around, I'm adding school classes table. Click add. Click close. Let me bring it underneath attendances table. And I click on attendances table. Click on relationships again. I click add. Go to table and column specification. I click the ellipsis. This time around, I'm selecting school classes, school class ID, school class ID. Okay. We close. Now, I right click on the database diagram. I click Save Diagram 11. Click OK. The following tables will be saved to your database. Do you want to continue? Yes. Now, having implemented the relationships, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll head over to BLAZOR Studio where the application is already open. I'll click on data, then I'll click on next. I'm going to ensure the attendance table is selected. Attendance table is selected. So, like I said earlier on, I will ensure that attendance table is selected. I'm using optimistic concurrency. I click on next. I'm not generating any CRUD page right now. I'll click on next. So now the next thing I want to do is to run my app to see that everything is fine. So I click run. Application is being built. So my application has successfully run. So now that my application has successfully run, I'm going to click stop here. Then I'll go to the client's project. So I'll right click on pages. I'm going to say new page. And this time around I want an empty page. So I'll click on next. And the name of this page is going to be bulk attendance entry. That's going to be the name of my RADZEN component. So I click on finish. You can see creating new page. As you can see, the bulk attendance page has been created. I'll click on the RADZEN text. I'm going to put in some spaces in the text. Then I go to file. I'm going to say save up. Bulk attendance entry. Bulk attendance entry. Okay, so I'm going to file, save up. Now I'm going to go to the code file for bulk attendance entry, which is BulkAttendanceEntry.RADZEN.cs. So I'm going to create some stuff there, some variables. Protected int academic session ID and make it small. So I'm also going to have protected int termID. I'm also going to have protected int school class ID. File save up. Now I'm going to go back to BulkAttendanceEntry.razor, but this time around I'm going to go to source, and when I head over to source, this is what I have. I'm going to modify the page title a bit. Save all. I'm going to add the following namespace. Primary school dot my school app dot server dot models. Okay, it's going to be primary school CA. Primary school CA dot server dot models dot count data. Once again, I'll go to file, so save all. Now I'm going to add another RADZEN row. So in this RADZEN row, I'm going to add a RADZEN column. The size of my RADZEN column is going to be 3. Then I'll go back again and save up. Inside this RADZEN column, I'm going to create a RADZEN label. Let me go to File, Save All. Let me go to Design this time around. So I have my RADZEN label. And the text for my RADZEN label is going to be academic section. I go to styles. I set the width of my RADZEN label to 100%. I go to File, I say Save All. Oh, the text again. Let me set it to academic session. I go to File, I say Save All. If I go to source, this is what I have. Let me remove the W. So this is what we have. I'm going to duplicate this RADZEN column. But this time around the size is going to be 9. And I'm going to replace the RADZEN label with a RADZEN dropdown. So again, I go to File, Save All. I'm going to go back to Design. Okay, let me go back to source. So I have RADZEN dropdown. Or let me see. Let me clean this and go to Design. That's not good. Let me see. Source. Let me go to File, Save All. Okay, finally. Now let me go to the toolbox. Go to RADZEN BLAZOR. Let me search for dropdown. drag it and I drop it inside the RADZEN column. Okay, this is better. So I have this RADZEN column, RADZEN drop down rather. I'm going to give it a name. Academic Session ID. The styles for the drop down, I'm going to set the width to be 100%. So I go back to properties, placeholder will be select academic session value. I'm going to bind it to academicSessionID variable. I click on File, Save All, then I click on Configuration Wizard. And I'm going to select the method. So the method I'm going to use will be get academic sections query, text property, the academic section name, value property will be academic section ID. Okay, then I click on finish. Then I will go back to the label. I'm going to configure the associated component for the label. I will just type academic session ID. Which is the name of the drop down. So I'm going to now save file, save all. I'm going to preview this page now. Before I do that, I need to go to my files, and then I'm going to go to shared folder. I will open main layout.razor. I'll go to source. Okay, there is already an entry for bulk attendance entry. Let me just make it file a bit. Then I go to file, save all. Then I click run. So application is running already. All right, the app is started again. I log in as admin, password of admin. Let me click on bulk attendance entry, and this is what I have. So it displays the only entry, the academic session table right now, which is 2022-2023. So we are good. Let's continue.